Hi, I'm Rob and welcome to another TW White's video review. This is a Mazda 2 Hybrid Homura. So this is our demonstrator car. We have had this for a little while now. It's roughly just under 3,000 miles on the vehicle. It looks lovely here in grey metallic. It's got the contrast black alloys, which is part of the Homura spec. It's also complemented with black on the door mirror casings. The aerial on the top of the roof, and of course the spoiler at the back. So there's a nice theme running through the whole of the vehicle here. As I come around the car, pointing out some features, the car has a reversing camera just underneath the Mazda logo there, front and rear parking sensors, and on the outside we have keyless entry. So by simply grabbing the door handle you can enter and exit the car just with the key in your pocket. Car is clean, unmarked, no marks on alloys, and with the low mileage it's in lovely condition still. At the front of the car, we mentioned the parking sensors. We have full LED headlamps with high beam function. These are automatically operated as well, as are your wipers. So once it rains, they'll wipe for you, as long as you've got it on auto, and the same with the lights, they'll come on and off at the dark. And the high beam is really good, so it will ping up when there's no vehicles around you or any bright lights reflecting back at you, and will allow you to drive safely at night. So as I make my way back to the boot, we'll go and have a look inside there. So touch under the Mazda logo and lift in one fell swoop. So we have a rather nice broad width boot here. Seems to go to the extremities of the car. The floor covers over some storage, namely with your foam compressor and foam. You can order a space saver spare for these. You can obviously discuss that when you come and see the car. Seats have a 60-40 tumble, so left and right. Just grab one of the buttons at the top and just push forwards. So super simple. Again, same again on the other side. And then you get a bit of a step, but then you can load more car space. And of course a fully removable parcel shelf. So when you're ready to close the boot, there's a grab handle there, just for your convenience, so you don't get grubby hands when the car is a little dirtier. And into the back. So, east lift again, the same action as the rear. Bring those up one-handedly. Dead easy, super light, and then you've got two ISOFIX child seat mounting points on the left right side of each seat, so that means two in the car. You may squeeze a third passenger in the middle, so 3 children definitely, or probably 2 adults I'd imagine. Coming in, didn't mention the privacy glass, so privacy glass to the rear windows and the rear glass hatch, and as I pointed out earlier, keyless entry, so just literally touch this tab, the car will lock, it will flash its indicators and power the mirrors in. And the same, grab the handle, mirrors out, flashing again, and you know the car's unlocked. Okay, so once you're inside, driver's door card presents you with windows and mirror controls, and again an auto mirror control there. 2 little hidden switches down here. The more important one is the one below, which is your high beam on and off function, and this is your headlamp height adjustment, so you've got enough weight in the back. The car may squat, and therefore your beams will be slightly too high. So with a Homura, you get this really nice sports seat. This is the same on the Plus model above it. So it's a little bit more figure hugging. It's got this lovely diamond, almost Bentley style quilted effect. And then you've got height adjustable seat base and fully adjustable steering column for reach and rake. So any driver should get a really good position. Hopping in, I'm going to power the car up because it's extremely hot today, currently 35 degrees. So press your foot on the brake, push the start button once, car powers into life with a little beep. Reason for the beep, it says EV, so it's just fundamentally lets you know the car is on and live, as does the ready symbol, because the car is fundamentally going to drive away on EV mode, and it's until you hit the throttle enough that it will swing through eco that it will then power the engine, and if you come off the throttle and it dips below eco, it will drop back into EV. As you can see, we have some average figures here of over 65 to the gallon, and we've seen higher, 70, even 80 to the gallon is achievable. So there's a digital display, you have some analog display from the left and right side. This is for your water temperature in the rad and your fuel on the right hand side. You'll see a little range computer there for 74 driven miles remaining. Of course that adjusts depending on high speed, low speed motoring. So nice easy binnacle, clear to see. We have some automatic wipers and lights, so lights on the left, wipers on the right, and then the steering wheel spokes house a leather bound steering wheel with fundamentally audio controls for volume, a voice activation button which works superbly, and I come up here quickly from your Apple and Android CarPlay, which is wireless, which in turn links to the wireless charging pad just down there. And if you haven't got a phone capable, you've got some micro USB-Cs here. So back to this one here. This left and right controller on the up and down actually affects this screen here. So by thumbing left or right, it will change you and show you some extra information. So the last user of the car was driving pretty economically. We have some range to empty. So the last drive here was purely on EV. We have some range averages and some fuel consumption averages as well. And you can also thumb up and down on the premise that if you see some dots, that means there's some extra information. So we've got some other information modes. There is some ability to turn on and off some of the functions around lane departure when you get close and farther away from cars. Our vehicle has a blind spot monitoring. So again, in the mirror tip, you'll see each side, left and right, the ability for the car to detect vehicles behind you. So yeah, lots of information there, and including a visualization of how the vehicle is working at the time. So the engine is running, and then currently it's now just topping the battery energy up. As you drive along, hit the brake, deaccelerate, it will add energy as well. So hitting the brake, deacceleration will add more energy to your battery. So it kind of flips between the two as and when it sees fit. Coming to the right hand steering spoke, you've got some more features, again linked to the audio, so you can change between AM, FM, DAB, Bluetooth and whichever CarPlay you have at the time, be it Apple or Android, and changing tracks. Then we're on to safety related equipment. So we have a lane departure function here, which will allow you to be alerted to drifting from the lane, and the wheel will give you a little nudge back into lane. And we have some other functions here with mode. So if I light onto here, we have radar based adaptive cruise control. We have just normal cruise control without any radar assistance. Fundamentally, if you set the speed and you catch up with someone, you need to hit the brake. We also have a speed limiter, which is very useful with 20 zones everywhere. So again, by setting the limiter, it will not exceed that speed unless you push the floor, the accelerator to the floor thoroughly. Okay, so there we go, 3 different modes for there. So lots of safety equipment, mentioned lane departure, blind spot assist, close driving alert. So if you get very close to somebody, the car will likely say brake on the dash display, and would also do something similar going backwards. Coming down, we have a full climate control system with left and right sides on a Homura, so I can be different temperature left to right. If I unsync the dual button, it does whatever the driver wants. Today the driver wants low, so that'll keep me cool. Touched on the driver on the pad there earlier as well, plus another 12 volt hidden just below that for old school charging, and of course your fired tyre foam compressor uses the same input. We have several modes on the driving. Some are really obvious, so park of course, reverse will of course ping up the camera as well, and the sensors, but I'm not far enough away, I'm too far away from the bush behind for it to beep at me. Then you've got conventional drive mode, and then there's B for boost. And what boost will do, back to the screen here, it will just allow the car, when you're lifting the throttle, to put a little bit more braking energy back into the battery. So in turn it slows the car a bit more prominently and just grabs that bit of extra energy to feed the batteries. Back into P, coming down, some electronic parking brake action. Fundamentally, this is why this area here is clear, with drinks holders. We have a pull-up armrest with more storage. But yes, some buttons here which are worth explaining. So drive mode, I'm going to click this whilst looking at the driver display. So we have power, which will change the throttle response and make the car a little bit more responsive when you accelerate. We have an eco, which kind of reverses that. It biases to more eco driving and has a softer throttle response. And we have a kind of a normal mode. It doesn't say normal, just doesn't say anything. Mostly you'll be in eco because it seems to be the best mode for the car without impairing performance or driving pleasure. Coming down with a traction off switch. Again, most cars have this. Most cars have a stability and traction system. Ours certainly does. And there is an EV mode. Now, it does need the battery to be very much close to full for it to allow you to drive up to 0.6 miles on pure EV battery mode. So crawling along in a city, the car kind of will do this for you anyway, because if you're not putting enough throttle pressure, it will drop into EV anyway. So it is a mode, kind of redundant in this instance. So there you have it, good people of the world. We have a Mazda 2 hybrid in a Homura spec. Looking really good in lead grey. I'll be honest, I forgot the name earlier. So it's lead grey, and yeah, one owner, just under 3,000 miles, ready to be purchased. So make that call, send that email. Thank you very much.